There is a chain of islands stretching across the East China Sea where the rules of aging do not seem to apply.
In this place, people do not just live to be 100 years old.
They live to be 100 with a vibrancy, a clarity of mind,
And a physical robustness that baffles modern medicine. They do not spend their final years in nursing homes hooked up to machines.
They spend them gardening, dancing,
And teaching the younger generation the secrets of their culture.
We are talking about Okinawa, Japan.
One of the original blue zones identified by researchers.
As a hotspot for human longevity.
For decades, scientists have studied the Okinawan people, trying to distill their secret
Into a pill or a genetic marker.
They looked at their exercise habits, their sunlight exposure,
and their community bonds.
but the most compelling evidence always points back to the kitchen. Specifically to a simmering pot of broth that sits at the center of their daily life. But it is a soup constructed with such biological precision that it acts as a broad-spectrum medicine against the single greatest enemy of the aging body: chronic inflammation. We often think of inflammation as a swollen knee or a red cut.
But there is a silent, invisible fire burning inside the arteries and brains of millions of seniors in the Western world. This is called systemic inflammation. It is driven by processed foods, high sugar, and stress.
It is the root cause of heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, and cancer. The Okinawan diet, and specifically their traditional soups, are engineered by centuries of wisdom.
To extinguish this fire,
we will break down the specific ingredients that make it so powerful. From the purple potato that scours the blood of toxins,
to the sea vegetables that dissolve clots and regulate the thyroid.
We will explain the concept of nuchigusui, which translates to food as medicine.
and how you can apply this philosophy to your own kitchen using ingredients found in your local grocery store.
and stay with me until the end, because we will provide the master recipe.
A step-by-step guide to creating a bowl of soup that does not just feed your hunger, but signals your genes to repair your DNA.
Before we dive in, if you have not subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell.
If you enjoyed this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0.
Part 1. The Paradox of the Islands. To understand the power of this soup, We must first understand the medical anomaly of Okinawa.
For a long time, Okinawa had the highest life expectancy in the world. Seniors there had remarkably low rates of arteriosclerosis, hardening of the arteries.
And perhaps most strikingly, their rates of dementia were a fraction of what we see in the United States.
Researchers initially thought this was genetic. They thought Okinawans were simply born with better DNA.
But then, a tragedy occurred. When Okinawans moved to Brazil or the United States and adopted a Western diet, their health collapsed within 1 generation.
This proved that the secret was not in their genes. It was in their environment, and specifically in their bowls.
The traditional Okinawan diet is plant-based, but not vegetarian. It is low in calories, but high in nutrients.
And it relies heavily on slow-cooked broths that extract the medicinal compounds.
In the West, we tend to fry or grill, creating high heat compounds. In Okinawa, they simmer.
This preserves the delicate enzymes and vitamins that protect the cells.
The soup we are discussing is not just a meal. It is a delivery system for antioxidants.
Part 2. The Purple Gold. Beni Imo.
The first and most important ingredient in the Okinawan pantry is not white rice. It is the sweet potato.
Specifically the purple sweet potato, known as Beni Imo.
The magic lies in its color. That deep, vibrant purple hue comes from a class of antioxidants called anthocyanins. These are the same compounds found in blueberries, but the concentration in the Okinawan sweet potato is incredibly high.
When you eat this potato, the anthocyanins enter your bloodstream and act as scavengers.
They hunt down free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that tear apart your DNA. Anthocyanins neutralize these free radicals.
But they do something else specifically for the brain. They cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce neuroinflammation.
The Okinawan Islands are surrounded by the ocean, and the ocean provides the second critical pillar. We are talking about robust, mineral-dense sea vegetables like kombu and mozuku.
Kombu is the richest natural source of iodine. By providing natural iodine, kombu keeps the metabolic fire burning.
But the true miracle compound is fucoidan, a slimy, slippery substance. Fucoidan acts as a natural blood thinner. It prevents platelets from clumping together. The protein source in this longevity soup is almost always soy, specifically tofu and miso. Fermentation is the key. When soy is fermented, it creates probiotics.
Vitamin K2 is the traffic cop of calcium. It takes calcium out of your arteries and puts it into your bones.
Okinawan tofu is also unique. It is called shima tofu, firmer and denser.
Okinawans are constantly conditioning their blood vessels to stay open and relaxed.
There is a vegetable in Okinawa called goya, or bitter melon. It looks like a bumpy cucumber.
Why eat something bitter? Because bitterness is the taste of medicine.
Goya contains compounds that mimic insulin, but it helps your muscles pull sugar out of the bloodstream.
Furthermore, the bitter taste stimulates the liver, flushing out toxins.
We often associate turmeric with India, but it is a massive part of Okinawan culture. They call it ukon,
Curcumin targets the NF-κB pathway. Curcumin turns this switch off. Help clear amyloid plaque, the sticky protein clumps found in Alzheimer's patients.
Here is where the Okinawan diet confuses many vegans. Okinawans love pork.
They boil the pork for hours, sometimes days, to remove the fat. They are eating the glue that keeps the body elastic, preventing the stiffness.
The foundation of the soup is the dashi, rich in umami.
Rich in amino acids, specifically glutamate and inosinate. Stimulate digestion. Seniors are prone to dehydration. Dashi is incredibly hydrating.
There is a herb that grows wild in Okinawa called yomogi, or mugwort.
Mugwort contains compounds that dilate blood vessels, keeping hands and feet warm.
So how do we put this all together? Here is the recipe. Take a strip of dried kombu kelp and simmer it. Do not let it boil vigorously. Add cubed purple sweet potato. Add shiitake mushrooms. Add carrots. Add cubed firm tofu. If you eat meat, you can add small pieces of pork.
Stir in miso paste at the very end. Turn off the heat and let the soup cool slightly.
Add a teaspoon of turmeric powder and a pinch of black pepper to activate it.
Right before serving, throw in a handful of spinach or bok choy. Let the residual heat wilt them. This soup provides resistant starch, iodine, isoflavones, immune support, anti-inflammatory power.
The Okinawans practice a concept called hara hachibu. Eat until you are 80% full. They do not stuff themselves. They stop eating when they no longer feel hungry, not when they are full. Caloric restriction is the only proven method to extend lifespan in almost every animal species studied. Your body enters a state of maintenance and repair called autophagy. Your cells clean house.
If you are constantly stuffed, it is always in growth mode. Okinawans keep their bodies in repair.
The soup helps with this because it is high volume but low calorie. We cannot ignore the context. Okinawans rarely eat alone. They eat in groups called moai.
These are social support groups that last a lifetime. Eating with others lowers cortisol.
This shuts down digestion and shunts blood away from the gut.
When you eat with friends, your body enters a parasympathetic state and rest and digest. The soup is medicine, but the company is the catalyst.
Kampai.
Conclusion, bringing the blue zone home. You do not have to move to a subtropical island. The Okinawan miracle is not magic. It is biology. Low inflammation, high antioxidants. By incorporating this soup into your weekly routine, even just 3 or 4 times a week,
you are changing the chemical signals you send to your genes. You are telling your body to repair.
You are telling your arteries to relax. You are telling your brain that it is safe.
The ingredients are simple. The method is slow. But the results are profound.
Your health matters. Take the time to nourish yourself with the food of the immortals.
Now I would love to hear from you.
Have you ever cooked with miso or kombu?
Does the idea of a savory breakfast soup appeal to you? Or have you tried purple sweet potatoes? If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment with 1. If not, type 0.
And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.
Thank you for watching, and take care of yourself.